genuinely may be the worst playoff goalie performance in my lifetime. Avs lose to the Winnipeg Jets 7-6 in Game 1 of Round 1. Look, I know the Avs had some serious defensive breakdowns in this game. I know not every single goal is Georgiev's fault, but the guy gave up 7 goals on 23 shots. Over 30% of Winnipeg's shots on goal went in the net. Do you know where goalies who post sub 700 save percentages play? It's not the NHL, it's Beer League. That's where they go. And the sad part is you got a bad game out of Connor Hellebuyck. Connor Hellebuyck posted an 870. That's pretty darn bad for an NHL goaltender, and Georgiev wasn't even close to that. He scored 6 goals on the guy who's going to win the Vezina, and you lost. Georgiev didn't even need to play well. For Hellebuyck to give up 6 goals, the Avs needed to get 46 shots on the guy. Hellebuyck still made 40 saves. Georgiev made 16. Georgiev made half of the saves that Hellebuyck did. All he had to do was get to 20 saves. The Avs probably run away with this game. Not half of the good version of Hellebuyck, half of the bad version of Hellebuyck. Georgiev was magnitudes away from even being that. The entire game is infected by this idea. Yes, there were other mistakes from the Avs, but everything else on the ice kind of just didn't matter because your goaltender couldn't stop a puck. What's more frustrating is how hard the Avs worked to get their own goals, the first one especially. Winnipeg on the breakout here, they try to go up towards the near wall, and an errant pass is collected, and a great job by Josh Manson to reverse this quickly and get the Avs going back up the ice. Val Nichushkin is up there waiting for the puck, and off of a bad change from Winnipeg is given space to walk into the zone here. Val picks his spot, and he absolutely nails it to get the Avs on the board. You're out shooting Winnipeg 10-1. You did it. You worked hard. You got a great snipe from Val Nichushkin. You have a 1-0 lead. And your supposed starter just gives it away. Caleb Jones is going to lose a puck battle here. What are you going to do? If the Avs were healthy, this is a guy who wouldn't even be in their lineup. That allows Winnipeg to get the puck back to the point. From there, an absolute nothing shot is going to come through the point. Now, there is a bunch of traffic that's going to end up in front of this net, but still, this is a puck that just really should not be going into your net at any point in time. Can't go in. I don't care if there's 100 bodies in the shooting lane. You're an NHL goaltender. You stop pucks. You faced 3 shots, and one of them has gone in the net, and it's not even a dangerous shot. At least the next one you let in is certainly a high danger chance. Winnipeg just going to dump a puck in here. Georgiev is going to stop it in behind his net and eventually send this puck to Josh Manson. Manson has to make a better play with this puck. He doesn't even check, and I know he probably has help from other guys telling him where to go with this puck, but he just whips a backhand up the ice. Doesn't look, doesn't even think about controlling the puck, doesn't think about making a play, and he whips it right into the stick of a Jets player, which leads to a bounce right to the middle of the ice. It's just a disaster of a play, and you get punished for it. Josh Manson has to be better there. This is the playoffs. It's not a random game in November. You have to look. Use your eyes. You cannot be lazy in the playoffs. Come on. You're better than that. And maybe that's the difference, I believe, with Josh Manson and Alexander Georgiev. Manson played bad tonight. No doubt about it. On the hook for multiple goals. But I believe he can play better. I have absolutely no faith in Alexander Georgiev to play any better. So you almost immediately blow your lead off the first goal of the game, but then you get that lead back off of Winnipeg making mistakes too. What a shift from Ross Colton. First, he's able to intercept a neutral zone puck and get it back going the right direction. Then he recognizes the Avs are offside, waits for him to get back onside, and then they go to work on the forecheck. Both Colton and Kiviranta collapse deep beyond the goal line and force a turnover here. This opens up a path for Kiviranta to get to the front of the net, and Kivy gets a little bit lucky here. He's stick handling in front. He ultimately just loses the puck, but because Miles Wood is also crashing, he's able to find that puck and put it into the net. Not just the depth guys going to work here. You have Nathan MacKinnon and Mikko Rantanen in on the forecheck, forcing a bad pass alongside Cale Makar up high. The Avs are able to keep the puck in the zone and create an opportunity. Mikko finds MacKinnon. This is probably a puck that shouldn't go in the net, but it's Nathan MacKinnon, so I guess it does. Your depth is producing, your stars are producing, you feel good, you have 3 goals on 14 shots against the best goalie in the league. Things really should be going your way here. Yeah, that lead doesn't even last a single minute. It's a puck that's going to get dumped deep into the Avs zone behind the net, and you're going to see Casey Middlestat wins the race to this puck and gets his stick on this puck. Now, I don't know if this is Casey Middlestat misplaying the puck or if this is on Devon Toews to be out of position here, because Middlestat seems to try and drop this puck off of the boards back in behind the net like he's expecting Devon Toews to be coming. Toews is not coming. Toews has posted up next to the post, and that leaves a easy puck for Winnipeg to pick up. Again, I don't know the Avs systems well enough to know if Middlestat misplayed a puck here or if Toews is mispositioned. Regardless of this one mistake, this still should not end up in the back of your net. Toews is able to come across the net and take the puck carrier, while Manson has the guy net front. This is what Manson is supposed to do best, but after an initial quick stick check from Manson there, he seems to just completely forget that there's a Jet player right behind him. He actively takes a skate away from him and does nothing to prevent this goal. Again, Josh Manson, make a better play, dude. So while you've scored 3 on 14, Winnipeg has scored 3 on 8. But hey, it's okay, right? There's been some bad defensive breakdowns. As long as you tighten things up, you should be fine. Hilarious concept. You absolutely know who's scoring the next goal in the second period. A weird situation. A blocked shot from Makar breaks a guy's stick. Makar recognizes it, so he tries to step up onto a puck, but he just is able to not play it, or rather isn't able to play it. And because he stepped up and missed the puck, that creates a 2-on-1 the other way. Devon Toews trying to defend this 2-on-1. I don't think he does a great job. He really needs to commit to the puck carrier or commit to the pass here. He kind of gets stuck in the middle, but ultimately, much similar to the MacKinnon shot, this is probably not a puck that should go into the net, but it does. Is there some bad defense there? Yeah. Absolutely. You've also given up 4 goals on 10 shots. At that point in the game, the shots were 24-10. The Avs have dominated this game, and they would continue to dominate this entire game. It was not close at any position except for goaltender. By the end of the game, the Avs would have more high danger chances. They'd have nearly double the scoring chances. They would have double the shots, and they would have more than double the shot attempts. Just complete and utter domination on every single front, except for your goalie let in 7 goals on 23 shots. That's it. We don't live in this world where there aren't other egregious breakdowns, where Winnipeg isn't making egregious breakdowns. Again, the Avs had more high danger chances than the Jets did, and their goalie just stopped some of them. I mean, look at this. Are you kidding me? Make a save. The Avs defending in their own zone this time. It's Cale Makar who loses his stick as he's coming up to play defense on this far wall. Because he loses his stick, he has to pick up his stick instead of going and simply playing this puck, which allows Winnipeg to get in and maintain possession in the offensive zone. And Nathan MacKinnon just gets caught sleeping a little bit here. He's the man back, supposed to be covering the middle dangerous part of the ice, and Adam Lowry just kind of skates right around him. Not great D from MacKinnon, ultimately. Even so, this is now the 5th goal on what will be 19 shots for Georgiev. At a certain point, you have to stop something. That one barely even goes in the net. Adam Lowry scores 12 goals a year, and you're making him look like Austin Matthews on the next goal. But why stop at 5-18 when you can make it 6-20 and give the Jets a power play goal too? The Jets run a not particularly inspired power play here, working around the perimeter. It eventually sets up for a pass from the far circle, or to the far circle rather. This should be a pretty straightforward read for Georgiev to get over and stop. Yes, it is a dangerous play, but it isn't a particularly special shot, and Georgiev just doesn't know where the puck is. That's not even a particularly high danger shot. Georgiev just can't track the puck at all. What are we doing? Hey, good news. The Avs would almost immediately get that power play goal back. The Avs would get one back on their own power play here, what ultimately ends up being a nice tip in front from Arturi Lehkonen, but honestly, it feels pretty meaningless. And even this fantasy of going down 3 goals, 6-3, because your goalie can't stop anything, but hey, maybe you can still make that comeback, gets killed because another puck goes into your net. Winnipeg enters the zone here. Ultimately, this puck is just going to go deep into the corner, and you have Manson, again, getting a little bit lost. Should be the man in the passing lane preventing this, but I'm not sure if you're aware, pucks are allowed to hit your goaltender, but not Alexander Georgiev. I know that the Avs defense was not perfect. I watched it. I saw it. I know Josh Manson wasn't any good. But neither was the Winnipeg Jets defense, and they have a goaltender. Not even a particularly good one tonight. but one that doesn't give up more than 30% of the shots. Yes, theoretically, if the Avs defense plays a perfect game, they probably win. But asking them to play significantly better and not asking your goaltender to play even just okay hockey is ridiculous. In fact, the Avs even win the special teams battle. They get another power play goal after that 7-4 goal, and they also get a 6-on-5 goal with the goalie pulled to make it your 6-7 final. But it doesn't matter. Those are meaningless goals because your goalie threw this game away. I know Justus Annunen was sick and couldn't even be on the bench for this game, but the Colorado Avalanche need to do whatever they need to do to get that guy healthy. You cannot play Alexander Georgiev again. Ever. Forget this playoff series. Ever. He should be done in Colorado. Georgiev has been given every opportunity to sort his game out, and he's just not been able to do it. The entire season long, you give him game one, and he completely implodes. I've been harsh on Georgiev for the majority of the year. I did have hope that he could turn it around at the same time, though. I no longer have that hope. I don't know how anyone can continue to defend Georgiev's play at this point. If you continue to play him, he's going to cost you the playoffs in the best season of Nathan MacKinnon's career. You have to change something. That is the end of this game video review. Thank you for watching. Head on over to thednvr.com for all of our coverage. Still a lot of series left if the Avs can get just average goaltending.